Joining us now is Father Valentine Nworah and Yves Jacques, who are here to talk about the 21st Annual Diocesan Eucharistic Rosary Procession taking place in Northampton, Massachusetts on Sunday, June 4th.
Coming up.
Gentlemen, welcome.
How are you?
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning, Bishop.
Let me just start with you, Yves. This is the 21st year now, I believe, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, of the Eucharistic Rosary Procession. It's a pretty amazing feat. Can you tell us about putting this together each year and how you've been able to maintain it and keep it going strong?
Yes, I'm part of a group that we call ourselves Children of Mary. And we meet and we kind of strategize how to do it. And it started actually in 2003. So it's the 21st annual, but it's actually 20 years ago was our first Eucharistic procession. Okay. And it was inspired by wanting to pray to end the war. The war had just started, and asking Our Lady to intercede for America.
That's absolutely beautiful. And Father Valentine, you're the featured speaker for the event talking about Our Lady of Kibeho. Could you tell us a little bit more about your presentation that's coming up?
Yeah, so the presentation is on Our Lady of Kibeho, the Queen of Seven Sorrows. So the idea or my focus with this will be to bring back again the message of Our Lady of Kibeho in the 1980s to the three young girls, and to see how we can contextualize it in our own time now. And the central point of Our Lady's message in Kibeho is based on prayer, conversion of hearts, and of course, penance, sacrifice. So my approach will be for us Christians today to understand again, to reignite again the sense of Christian suffering, to understand, in the words of Our Lady, that no one can enter heaven without suffering.
Mm-hmm. Yves, you know, beside the procession and Father Val's talk, what are some of the other things taking place on that day?
Well, so the procession, we have the consecration that we're going to be doing, and at the very beginning, it was a rosary procession. It eventually progressed towards a Eucharistic procession. So it was as we had new pastors in the parish of it's the parish of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. At the time was Sacred Heart Church. So as things progressed, the church accepted having a Eucharistic procession. And a few years ago, we had Bishop William Byrne come, which was a great privilege to have him. And it's beautiful because when we process in the streets, it's right downtown Northampton, Massachusetts, which is considered, according to it's considered one of the most liberal towns in America. And here we bring Jesus to the streets of Northampton, and we see people kneeling in the streets when the Blessed Sacrament goes by. Hearts are touched definitely through these Eucharistic processions.
That's wonderful, and it really does sound like what you're describing is the Eucharistic revival. And Father Valentine, the Church in the U.S. is in the middle of a Eucharistic revival right now. Can you tell me a little bit more about how that enlivens individuals' faith and their belief in the real presence?
So in Nigeria, in the Igbos of Nigeria, we have a saying where we say "Ikwebike," that is, there is power in the community in the sense of coming together. And so for me, I think that there is power in that whole sense of coming together to worship the blessed Lord in the Blessed Sacraments, and also to pray the Rosary together. So if there are people who still have doubts in their hearts of whether Christ is really present in the Eucharist, when they come around, they see the number of people who gather for this event. And I strongly believe that being together with the Blessed Mary, just like it happened many years ago in the cenacle, praying to the Blessed Lord, worshiping and honoring his real presence, that will help to our brothers and sisters to understand that really Jesus is present in the Holy Eucharist. And I think that pattern also will go a long way as we continue to experience the many gatherings that are happening across the country on the Eucharistic revival.
Now, it would probably be very helpful if it was a beautiful day like today is in New England on Sunday, June 4th. What are you going to do about the weather?
Well, it's rain or shine,
okay.
But we've never had bad weather in 20 years. So we're counting on Our Lady's intercession, and she's the one that's it's honoring her, honoring her son, bringing the good news to people in Northampton, and it's a diocesan-wide. So every parish in the diocese participates in one way or another. It's truly an amazing feat, and it is growing. It's growing, and I think it's because people are realizing through this Eucharistic revival, more and more people are seeing the importance of worshiping Jesus in the Eucharist and bringing him to the streets. This is part of our program here in the Diocese of Springfield.
Well, I'm glad you've had so much luck with the weather. May it continue. Perhaps you need to hang your rosary beads out like brides do in preparation for their wedding. How can people find out more about...
hanging them out already.
Exactly.
My mom did that for my wedding. So
there you go. How can people find out more about this fantastic Eucharistic Rosary Procession coming up in Northampton?
Well, you could go to Eucharistic Procession Northampton.com.
Got it.
And the information would be in there, I believe. And you could also call. I think that the phone number is on the.
You can find it from the website.
Yeah, just from the website, and we'll be glad to have as many people as possible. A few years ago, we had the buses from Worcester that came. We had people from New York, from even from Maine. So, you're all are welcome.
Very good. Eucharistic Procession, Northampton.com. Father Yves, thank you so much for being with us, and good luck. Hope things go well on June 4th.
Thank you, Bishop.
All right. God bless.